Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The Russians tried to attack on a few fronts and they were pushed back. This is according to these guys who give us a overall view of the front from their perspective. So they're gonna tell us here each and every front what happened there. So an update from the front, let's call it this way. Coming from Ukrainska Pravda, so remember this is their story, their side, and it says that the Ukrainian armed forces force Russian forces, Ukrainian armed forces force the Russian forces to retreat on 4 fronts, General Staff reports. The Ukrainian armed forces have repelled Russian assaults and pushed them back on the Kharkiv, Sloviansk, Bakhmut and Novopavlivsk front. So Bakhmut, I heard Bakhmut, the Russians pushed forward and so on. Now these guys say they pushed them back. That means the Russians attacked. Now where is I don't hear the Ukrainians attacking, always almost counter-attacking, or not counter, repelling, pushing back. So sources, General Staff of Armed Forces of Ukraine said the situation as of 6 o'clock on Saturday, August 20th. All right, details. 6 o'clock their time. Russian forces fired cannon artillery at civilian always and military infrastructure in the area of the settlements of Bilopilia and Krasnopilia Sumy region. They also conducted aerial reconnaissance using UAVs. On the Slobozhansk front, Russian forces are conducting combat operation to hold occupied areas and prevent a counteroffensive by Ukrainian Defense Forces units and sometimes attempt to improve their tactical situation. On the Kharkiv front, Russian troops fired using tubed and rocket artillery on areas near the settlements of Kuhuiv, Zolochiv, Pitomnik, Havrivka, Sosnivka, Ruski Tinsky, Korobochene, Duvanka and Prudyanka. They were actively engaged in aerial reconnaissance using UAVs. Russian forces carried out airstrikes near Borshchiv, were unsuccessful and withdrew. So they attacked. On the Sloviansk front, attacks from tanks, tube artillery and multiple launch rocket systems were recorded near Dovhenke, Sulivka and Mazanivka. Near Novodmitrivka, Viropilia and Kurula, Russian units attempted to conduct assault operations, were rebuffed and retreated. On the Kramatorsk front, Russian troops fired using tube and rocket artillery near Robolivka, Sidorove, Spirne and Prishib. The Russians conducted aerial reconnaissance in areas where combat operations were taking place. They are attempting to conduct an offensive near Ivano-Darimvka and fighting continues. So Kramatorsk, they didn't say that they retreated yet. On the Bakhmut front, civilian infrastructure was hit by fire in the areas of the settlements of Zaitsve, Bakhmutske, Vesele, Bakhmut, Andrivka, Kodema and Moyorsk. The invaders conducted offensive and assault operations in the areas of the settlements of Bakhmut, Zaivste and Kodema, but had no success, and the fighting continues. Well, when they say they had no success, that means they had success. If they say that they advanced, that means they're way ahead. So always when these guys minimize something, you have to imagine like 2/3, you maximize it. And when they maximize theirs and say, we did this, subtract 2/3 and you get to what probably actually happened. At least that's what I do based on my experience with On the Advivka front, the invaders used tanks, tubed and rocket artillery in the areas of Novobakumivka, Nevelske, Neskushke, Alexandropol, Karamika, Kremenchuk, and Pishkiv. I thought that Pishkiv was already, or Pishke was the other one. Russian aircraft were deployed near Marinka. The Russians conducted aerial reconnaissance using UAVs in areas of combat operation on this front. Russian forces are advancing near the settlements of Opitne and Mayorsk, but have not been successful. That means they were successful. And fighting continues. Attacks were recorded near the Volodymyivka, Vuhledar, and Prechitivka on the Novopavlivka front. Novopavlivka front. Russian forces conducted assault operation. Everywhere is the Russians assault, attack. I haven't heard anything Ukrainians attacking. Did you hear anything? Counter-attacking, counter-offensive. So they attack operation. So Russia forces conducted assault operations near the village of Zolota. Nivia had no success and retreated. On the Zaporozhye front, Russian troops used artillery and tanks to bombard areas near the settlements of Bilohiria, Novodailivka, Novopil, Chevron, and three more. On the Pivdeni front, the Russian forces' main efforts are focused on preventing the advance of Russian troops. The invaders are taking measures to compensate for the losses of personal equipment. So it is maneuvers only. The aggressor shelled civil and military infrastructure in the area of the settlements of Luch, Triviste, Vasily Kut, Siroke, and five more. UAVs continue to be actively used for conducting aerial reconnaissance. And I'm quoting, "The enemy personnel are demoralized." How? They're attacking continuously. Due to the constant postponement of their rotation dates and deception concerning promised payments. This leads to the occupiers refusing to participate in military operations, the General Staff said in a statement. And this happens only on the Russian side. I have to complete that. Yeah, okay. I'm not saying things like this don't happen or don't happen over there. They do probably. It's a normal situation, I'm guessing. But in those, Russia at war, what do you expect? Sometimes, and not only Russia, but sometimes you don't have the right resources. And yes, sometimes this is the pitfall when you are saying, yes, we're going to do this, yeah, we're winning, but you're not winning. I mean, on the territory, you're seeing with your eyes that you're not winning. You're not going ahead. But then you read everybody's telling you that your superiors, yes, we're winning. Yes, we're on the same spot for the past, 3 months? So, it's like, oh my God, that means we're not winning. Actually, these guys are just lying. So this is the situation from the front reported by the Ukrainians. Why? I don't have the Russians saying that. I have Igor, whatever his name is, the Ministry of Defense spokesman, who sometimes comes, every day actually comes and says, reports this and that, but it's very short and not like these guys here. But I think the front is static. That's, I think, maybe with a slow advancement here and there by the Russians. That's my assessment of all this. Thank you very much for being with me again today, and that's not good. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just for the Russians.